Hello and welcome to Flip Bros. We're home of no bullshit videos, and in this video we're gonna have 43 no bullshit tips for playing Windrose. If there's a single tip on this list that you did not know, please hit that subscribe button. Let's get into it. If you're going a ranged build, don't spec into mastery. You can headshot for a guaranteed crit, unless you're using the blunderbuss. And speaking of stats, the only stats that really make a large difference are vitality and endurance. Damage scaling off the other stats, if you even notice it, is minimal at best. While I'm on this page, remember that you can reset your stat points and your talents at any time, and don't feel bad for doing so. Make sure that you're ascending your weapons. The additional passive that you get from upgrading a rare to an epic weapon is a huge power boost. Upgrade your weapons and armor. The added damage and defense are noticeable, and that's because the scaling that happens is based on item level, not character level. So if a character is level 10 and your item level is 5, you're gonna really suffer fighting level 7 or level 10 enemies. This item scaling also works for your ship. So you can see those level 10 ships out there. I have level 5 cannons and 5 hull bracing and 3 boarding party, and those ships would wreck me because of it. It has nothing to do with me being level 8. And speaking of upgrades, make sure you do that for your jewelry as well, not just your weapons and armor. Spawn rates in this game happen in real time, which means that after you farm, you can log out and go touch real grass and then come back to farm. But don't worry, see how this forest is empty? Trees, for whatever reason, do not regrow, so don't wait for them. When you visit towns, make sure that you're hiring whoever you find. Rosalina, for example, even though she's standing at the wrong station, will give you double clay bottles and a 30% chance to craft an extra elixir. All the workers are very useful. Hire them early. When you're inside caves, don't use lanterns. Use torches. It costs 2 wood, and you don't need to have a bonfire. And they don't stop ores from spawning. That being said, bonfires though, even though I don't have enough wood to make one, these will prevent spawning. I don't believe they prevent the ores from spawning, but they will do monsters. They will also prevent things like the clay from respawning. Having the rested bonus, which is the green icon in the bottom left, that is probably the most useful thing you can do in this game. Being rested gives you a massive stamina regeneration. Look at this. I'm gonna stop running. Also remember that you do not need to go home to get your rested bonus. You can just hop in your ship. But remember, if you are in the middle of nowhere, you can build a bonfire, and that will also give you like a 3 or 5 minute rested bonus. While you're sailing, you can hit F to have a way cooler, better view. If you are unethical and you're losing a boat battle, that you can call your little boat, and for whatever reason, this will draw aggro away from your big ship. Another reason to hop in the little boat, normally you can't fast travel during combat, but you can while you're in a little boat. And speaking of fast travel, just remember that you do not need to run to a fast travel point in order to fast travel. Like you just saw, you can be in the boat and fast travel. That's useful when you're mining. You could just run to any beach, hop in a boat, and fast travel. If you have a quest that is a high level and you're having struggle with it, and you can get your boat nearby, just remember you can shoot the enemies with your cannons. Your ship has 2 types of cannonballs, and the best way to think about it is DPS and mobility, or CC. The first one does the most damage, and that's the cannonball you use to sink ships. The second one is a chain shot, and you aim it at the mast, and that's going to slow down the ship, make it easier for you to hit with the DPS cannonballs. Now, I don't have multiple flagships on this character, but remember that you can have multiple flagships, which really means you can have multiple flagship inventories. Now coming back to fast travel for 1 second, standing in your boat is not enough to be able to fast travel. You have to be steering it. If you're close enough to your ship in game, you can access that ship's inventory by just going into the menu and clicking on flagship. Stack chests and use labels. Now this game does need more labels. As you can see here, this is our plant fiber label, but having labels does help you organize your base. Now this may be debated, but I strongly believe that you do not need multiple refinement stations like you do in other survival craft games. Yes, I do have 3 of each of these, but I'm pretty sure I've only used 1 furnace and 1 kiln this entire playthrough. When you get far enough in the game, you'll unlock the merchant. Make sure that you're actually using the merchant. Buying 10 boxes is going to give you a lot of materials for a much better time than just farming out the wood yourself or whatever you're looking for. And if you need to farm more than 1 box at a time, or not more than 1 box, more than 1 transaction at a time, just build multiple merchants. In combat, learn to parry. You parry by blocking right before an attack. It's going to make you unkillable. If you suck at parrying, learn to dodge. It also makes you unkillable. If you suck at parrying and dodging, learn to be patient. This tactic will also make you unkillable. If you suck at parrying, dodging, and you're not patient, you should probably honestly just play a different game. Posture are these shield markers. If you have no more shields, you get staggered. Temporal Health is the dark portion of your health. Hitting enemies while you have Temporal Health will get you health back. Bandages are probably the best item in the game. They cost nothing to make, and it's going to heal you for a ton of health. Obviously, if you're in the middle of the fight and you're dying, hit a potion. Now, using a bandage will cure the bleed effect. I did not know that for a long time, but if you are bleeding, you can use the bandage to cure it. Make sure you eat. If you do not eat, you'll basically have no health no matter what you do with your stats or what you wear. When playing multiplayer, you can share your weapons and blueprints by having someone just pick it up. Let's say that someone I was playing with did not have the blunderbuss. I could drop this for them on the ground and they pick it up, and now they will have the blueprint for this gun and they can make their own. If Dr. Glenn or Galen or whatever his name is goes missing, come to your bonfire and you can summon him here. Or apparently you can evict them. I didn't know that. In order to level, you have to explore areas. Finding all the chests in an area or doing the quest, that's what's going to get you XP. Hunting and mining doesn't do shit. So remember, for leveling, you have to keep moving the game forward. You can very easily play 40 hours at level 3. And the best example of exploring is get the green check mark and you're going to get the experience. Don't get the green check mark and you're not going to get the experience. When exploring ancient ruins and you have traps, you can just build floors right over them. But you do have to build from the outside. And by outside, I mean just outside the trap area. When making your various crafting upgrades, like the sawhorse for the workbench, just remember that they don't have to sit next to the bench. You can see here, I put one of the crafting upgrades in the water here so that you'll never see it. Keep the base looking clean. If you guys like these no bullshit videos, straight to the point, not wasting your time, please like, share, subscribe, help us out. And remember, if there was one tip in this video that you did not know, you have to click the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. If this video does well in views, we absolutely will take another 40 or 50 tips and make a second video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.